Morning, you guys. Okay, someone pointed out on my channel the war relocation centers, and I just wanted to show a couple of things. Military exclusion area, right? It's all along California, up here, military exclusion area, whatever that means. And then we've got tulle. Okay, tulle is a fabric. It's spelled a little bit differently, but they use these in comms, in photographs, all the time. We got Manzanar, I don't know much about that. Gila River, Gila Monster. Post-on, post is, military post office. You can say what you want about it, but post on is odd. Granada. We think Granada is something else. Topaz. Minidoka and Heart Mountain. Okay, let's look down here. All right. Location Modoc. And so what they do, just try to look at this and understand. These camps aren't closed. These camps are not closed. They've never been closed. They just are putting different races in the camps without their knowledge, so that they have no legal rights. So they use this for military stuff. So when my parents wrote a book and said People of the Heart, HRT number 1 is FBI, but also Heart Mountain is right here. August 11th. But look at this one. Topaz is September 11th. I'm telling you, that is a number where, if you guys have seen the footage, and I'm not going to say what the event was of a certain event that happened on this date, and you've seen the footage taken by cell phones, it's, unusual. Unusual. Because we were shown something different on the television. So look at this. Minidoka. Hunt. Right. Internees primarily came from Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, and surrounding areas. In 1943, 1,900 internees from Tule Lake and 227 internees from Manzanar, originally from Bainbridge Island, Washington, were transferred to Minidoka at their request. I don't think anyone's requesting for transfer. I think they're requesting for release of, from enslavement. BIA is Bureau of Indian Affairs. And I know a lot goes under Indian Affairs, because they have rights. This is my grandmother's supposed birth date. I mean, not this date, but this part of the date. So I always look at the words, the dates, look up the dates to see what they mean. And look at this. So they're claiming they held Japanese Americans. Now, I'm not saying it's not true. But when you look at the legislative law, it basically says they can teach about these camps in whatever way they choose. And that is how they're hiding it under education law, to keep people basically interned permanently who've committed no crimes. You can't say that I was brought here as a baby and that I was an enemy combatant as a baby. They just make it up so they can use you for experimentation without the consent of your mother, because I don't know if you're coming from, I don't know if they're capturing you, if they're using somebody's eggs to donate them. So under IVF law, they can hold you as a slave. Like, I don't know exactly, because my record from the UK has my dad's signature on it, period. So, I mean, I don't know if they just make fake records and you're just created in a lab or what, I have no idea. But it does say I was born. So it doesn't say it doesn't, it doesn't have any surrogacy or IVF information on there. It just says I was born, right, in the UK. But the camps were guarded by Border Patrol agents rather than military police. Okay, Border Patrol works with ICE to keep people as slaves, basically, in internment camps where they don't know they're in an internment camp, but they know they have no legal rights. They know they have no legal rights. And they know they're being observed in their own building. And they have the legal right to come into your apartment, by the way, anytime you want. But then they don't have to pay to keep you in an internment camp. You're paying your own bill as a prisoner, right? And if they put you in enemy combatant status, you don't have prisoner of war status. Prisoner of war gets paid. Missing in action gets paid. Enemy combatants never get paid. And they can, do the things that, what they did to me. So, but this is really still weird. This military exclusion area, MEA. This is weird. So I believe, this is what I believe, is they're still using these, and then they're commenting, using these dates, all of these dates in the comms that we see through the media. So you always have to look up the dates, look up the people. I started noticing a lot of, what I believe to be, I'll just call them FFs, where I would see something and then I would look it up and I would look up all of the names on that date, and they were all, military in some way. So they're telling us, they're just not telling us what it means, right? This one, I guess, says this is the Granada. Most internees came from Los Angeles, Sonoma, Yolo, Stanislaus, Sacramento, and Merced. One of these says a different area of California. Let's see if I can find it. Santa Barbara, San Joaquin, Solano, Contra Costa. I've seen a lot of that's the Gila Monster. Gila River, Gila Monster. Ventura and Los Angeles via Turlock, Tulare, and Santa Anita Assembly Centers. Rower. Let's see if I can see anything about this. Stockton Assembly Centers. I mean, what is that? What is that? Anyway. And then up at the top, again, the National Park Service works very closely with FBI. I actually think National Park Service is a division of FBI. My mom works for the National Park Service. Let me say my captor, I don't know if she's my real mother, and, donated an egg. So it'd be, I have no idea. She showed me a picture of her pregnant. But on paper, it shows she's only the mother of one son. It doesn't show that she's the mother of any daughters. So they just changed the law. I think I explained it to you. Where the IVF law, if you're the legal parent, you can grant citizenship to a person that was captured from their homeland. Legal parent is different. I think I showed you that document. It was very complex the way it was written. Tool Lake Unit, TLU, Valor in the Pacific National Monument, World War II Valor, Okay, so they hide a lot of stuff under that. And then the Patriot Act created a situation where people that were immigrants could be detained permanently and used in whatever way the government saw fit. And then they changed jurisdiction a lot, to the Afghanistan war, Afghanistan to Taliban, to put a Western woman under Sharia law, which was why I was stalked literally by Department of Defense contractors sending me very bizarre items, to my phone and, sexually graphic items. And, I couldn't figure out why they were doing it. Well, they want to frame you as promiscuous. And if they frame you as promiscuous under Sharia law, there's certain penalties, right? So I do believe they're using these. This is supposedly my mom's birthstone, right? It's closed on Halloween. I mean, there's a lot of codes in here too. You got to just look at it. It's nationalparkservice.gov tool. And I told you that even though I have the recording of them saying I was born overseas, they're not giving me my records through USCIS, so I cannot leave. Which I think is a hate crime. Anyway. All right, that's all I got today. I'll talk to you later.